Good morning, everybody. This is Rachel Jones, and I am a business insurance advisor with Newman and Tucker Insurance. I'm really excited today to have our guest, Josh Farty, available. Josh, could you give us a little bit about what you do and how you do it?
Yeah, so my name is Josh Farty. I do business development here at AI Software, and we build, rescue, and support the website and Google business profile for small to mid-sized businesses and also large corporations.
Okay. What typical businesses are you working with on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, so we have industrial, manufacturing, non-hospital medical, nonprofits, restaurants, coffee shops, etc.
Okay. We're going to hop into this, but I would invite our audience to put comments below so that way we can get to them and answer any questions that you might have as we go through. But Josh, what kind of inspired you to join in the website development? And it's kind of ever changing from my understanding and what I read. There's always something new and exciting popping up. So how do you keep up with it all and what got you interested?
Yeah, so it's actually a pretty unique story, right? I just turned 29 in February, and for the first decade of my life, so for the first 10 years, my entire profession was centered around actually health and wellness.
Okay.
So I did things from personal training to group exercise instruction, online coaching. I actually own my own local CrossFit gym here for the last 7 years. The first, call it 10 years of my life was centered around that. And then I made a decision to close the doors to my gym in March of 2023. And when I did that, I was kind of like, wow, like what's next, right? Like what's going to be the next best thing that makes the most sense for me? And I actually connected with Dave Ebbesmeyer, who's one of the two owners here of our company, in a CrossFit gym.
Okay.
And I expressed that I was looking for a new role or a new job or a new career. And he was like, man, like, why don't you come do sales for me? And I was like, I know nothing about what you
Yeah.
do or how you do it, the offering, the service, etc. And he's like, doesn't matter. He's like, I'll hire character and train skill.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest is
As you
history.
say.
Yeah.
So can you give us a little bit of history about what the business, like how the business got started and a little bit about them?
Yeah. So two best friends out of Sycamore High School.
Hmm.
They started the company 22 years ago. AI does actually not stand for artificial intelligence. Uh,
Okay.
it stands for application innovation.
Well,
Uh,
now you know what, they locked down that name ahead of time, so they just had some foresight going.
Yep, the joke is always, we're waiting for the person to come to us and want to purchase our domain for a pretty penny. So I don't know if they've gotten the offer that piques their interest just yet, but they're waiting on it.
Hmm. You know, what's funny is I actually work for two best friends that they've been friends since second grade, and they started their business about 30 years ago. So it's kind of fun to see those lifelong relationships and how they've made build an entire life and business together.
Yeah, and I think the business has evolved over those 22 years.
Mhm.
Obviously, technology has changed, and how the processes operate have changed along with it. So I think Dave and Ed, the other owner, have done a phenomenal job of kind of adjusting along the years to have a model that makes sense for the times.
Hmm. So let's talk about, you said digital diagnosis. What are some of the common website and Google profiles that you see businesses working with? You know, I know a lot of people will put up a pretty website and then expect people to come. And that's just not quite how it works. So can you explain to me like what you exactly do for folks?
Yeah, so a big thing now, especially in 2025, but it's been this way for several years now, is making constant changes, right?
Hmm.
So I think a lot of times businesses think, okay, well, if I just put something up there and it exists, that's
Yeah.
enough, right? So it's unfortunately not. So what these search engines want to see is they want to see steady organic activity within
Hmm.
that website and also the Google business profile. And what
Yeah.
that means is like changes, updates, removals, things happening and ebb and flowing to kind of show that, hey, like we're an active and relevant business.
Right. So what is the process when you start working with somebody? Like that you do an evaluation and give them how their website's performing, or what exactly does that process look like?
Yeah, so I would feel like this pertains more to like our rescue program, right? So if I encounter a prospect that already has an existing presence, so a website or Google business profile, we kind of hop on a call or we meet in person and we kind of decipher what their pain points are, right?
Mhm.
Like, what are the issues that they feel happen to be with their website or Google Business Profile? And we kind of dive deeper into that and discover what their wish list items are and how we can address that for them. And then also we'll probably point out maybe things that they don't see for themselves. And we can express, hey, like these are things to also consider that we can implement right away once we kind
Right.
of begin our relationship.
And I think that making sure that you have that Google website, I think that a lot of folks are scared about bad reviews because they know they can't get it off. And so if they have somebody who's upset, what happens in that case. But I think you have so many more chances for positive interaction and for it to be a good thing for your business. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So our big thing that we market to our existing clients and also future prospects is our GAS program, right? So GAS stands for Google Algorithm Signaling.
Hmm.
And our main tagline is that we landscape your web presence. So the kind of the way we funnel it in is we say we're going to put gas in the mower, right?
Okay.
So what that means is that what our team is trying to do is signal Google with
Hmm.
organic tactics that it wants to see, right? So we're not trying to trick anything. We're not trying to goof the algorithms. We're trying to give Google the material and the information that it wants within that profile, right? So a
Hmm.
lot of times folks, what we consider, don't have a complete profile. And
Hmm.
what that means is there's many things within that